First of all, I'd like to introduce the newest member of the executive. We kind of lacked a little bit on the social media side and all the technology and stuff like that. So we've actually brought on Joni. So if you guys have been seeing like little updates or blurbs, this is our newest member, Joni Jessel. Do you want to stand up? Say hello.
So she's actually on social media right now. It's her thing.
Yes. She's making us more nervous because she brought Shaw and Facebook Live. But, all right, so we'll kick things off. I do see a couple new faces in here. We are down in numbers today, but that was expected. It's the first day back to school and all. How it works is we get together once a quarter. We have 3 charities that come in every single quarter by your nominations. And we get them to come in and present and tell us why their cause is worthy, and we vote, and that's who gets the money. So March was our first meeting. So in the past 6 months, we've already put back $11,900 back into Thompson. So that's absolutely something to be proud of. So $12,000 almost in 2 meetings is amazing. Like I think 3 or 4 meetings ahead of Winnipeg already in the funds, which is great. So the last person that came in, presented, and that won the money was the Thompson Community Foundation. So I'm going to welcome up Sherry Kruger to come up and give us a little update on the funds.
Hi everyone. Randy wasn't able to come tonight, so he sends his regrets, and he wanted to make sure I said thank you, especially from him. So I just want to say thank you for choosing the foundation as the recipient at the last meeting. At the end of June, we granted to the following organizations: Boys and Girls Club of Thompson, Canadian Cancer Society, YWCA, Thompson Public Library, Mama We Talk, Artie Parker Phys Ed and Pathways Programs, Ecole School, Zoological Society, Thompson Crisis Center, Keewatin Awasasak, I hope I said that right, and Hope North. And as Randy had explained, we had a donor that was matching all of our funds that we raised from September last year up until September this year. So the $6,500 that was donated from all of you actually turned into $9,750 for the foundation. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sherry. So we're going to kick it off, and we're going to get our first presenter to come up. So let's welcome Cheryl Davis from the Thompson Public Library.
No pressure. Zero pressure. How many minutes? Oh, easy. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present to you. My name is Cheryl Davies, and I am the administrator at the Thompson Public Library. The mission of the Public Library is to ensure free and open access to information and ideas through informational, educational, cultural, and recreational library materials and services. My staff do everything they can to provide this service through a fantastic selection of books, DVDs, CDs, and audiobooks, and through many children and adult programs and events, often with guest presenters. We are also a one-stop faxing, scanning, printing, copying, and computer access center. Finding money for the library is always a challenge. The provincial government provides us with a per capita annual grant, an amount that has unfortunately not increased since 2004. It has in fact decreased as census numbers in Thompson have fallen. The City of Thompson also provides a yearly amount, which basically covers our operational costs, maintenance, and staffing. This year the city was also not able to provide an increase. We have a huge focus on kids at the library, and we work hard to make the library an exciting, original, fun, and educational place for kids. Books are an incredibly rich resource, but in today's world, kids also need to be able to use technology. Technology is increasingly used as an educational tool, a literacy tool, and a life tool. At the library, we are aware that there are many families who cannot provide these technology tools at home. It is here that the library has the opportunity to be an equalizer. It is free to use, it is easy to access, and it is for everyone. Thompson Public Library wants to be able to provide technological opportunities for kids in our city. Should we be chosen to receive funds from you, we would purchase the Crayon Kiosk, a unique kids' iPad kiosk for educational use loaded with programs for early literacy and learning. Children who don't have access to technology at home would be able to engage in fun and interactive learning activities in a safe environment with no fear of criticism or comparison. And the kiosk can be used alone or in a group setting. The Crayon Kiosk would provide technology and education in a fun, safe, and free environment. Thompson Public Library Board and staff believe that libraries, literacy, and technology skills are incredibly important to a community, and providing this unique service at the library presents a huge opportunity for you to play a role in increasing literacy and learning for kids and their families in Thompson. We don't have the money to spend on extras. It is only through fundraising and grants that we are able to provide the additional services that help make the library an enriching place for everyone. With your help, we can bring this fantastic service to the Thompson Public Library and the community. And I hope you support the library with your vote today. Thank you.
Our second presentation this evening is from the Salvation Army, and
Can I ask a question?
sure.
It is approximately $4,000 US just for the stand and the 4 iPads that go on it. And then we would have access to some paid and some free apps that would go on to that. Thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to welcome up Roy, who's going to present on behalf of Salvation Army.
Well, good evening. Thank you for inviting me here this evening. I think it's wonderful what you're doing, really wonderful. But you know, the worst thing to tell a preacher is you have 5 minutes. Anyway, give me a 1-minute sign, will you, when I get there? A little bit about the Salvation Army and what we're doing here in Thompson. You know, we have a church, a thrift store, and family services, which we have a food bank. And we have a mission statement, and it's a lengthy mission statement. I'm not going to read it to you, but I want to quote a line from it. And that is, we have a heart for God and a hand for man. And that's what it's all about for the Salvation Army. For 150 years, it's been to seek and provide for the needy, and that's what we are trying to do. As you know, we have a food bank, and right now we have about 80 families registered. Each week they come in, a new 80, so there's 320 families on our books right now, and we struggle with support. We have our Christmas kettle campaign that goes on, and in Thompson it usually raises about 30,000. Last year we pushed extra hard and we got it up to 40,000 because we were in danger of closing the food bank, believe it or not. We don't get much other support over the year. Sometimes schools do a drive, and we're thankful for that. It's a great help. And we're able to provide these hampers once a month, and our food bank is open twice a week, on a Tuesday and Thursday. It's very busy, and there's a lot of children that we feed. And the problem is with us is we don't have the basics. We have all the canned stuff. We have all the crackers. You know, we have cereal. We don't have things like produce, which the kids should be eating. We don't have frozen meats. We don't have dairy products. An exception maybe. So if you were to give us funding, we would use that money to provide the things that we simply cannot get or we cannot give. It's really a very difficult situation trying to run a food bank in Thompson. I've been in many communities across the country with less people than we have here in Thompson, and I can raise at Christmas between 70 and 85,000. Here I simply cannot do it. I tried everything. Last year we mailed out 1,300 flyers, letters, in with the flyers through the Juniper Center, and we got back 63 replies from all those letters. We're thankful for what we got, but you need to know how difficult it is. For every one person that stops coming to the food bank, 2 more come and join. I was there yesterday working, and we had like 16 people go through yesterday, and they all had big families, and it's a tremendous burden on our food bank. Our inventories get low. Do we receive any funds from anybody else? We get $250 a month from the Red Cross campaign, which is across Canada, not the Red Cross, the Red Shield campaign, which goes across Canada in all communities and cities and raises money and divides it amongst the food banks. So that's really the only actual support we get. Now, the odd person may send us a check, and we're very thankful for that, and we use it very wisely. But we do struggle. We really do struggle. So if you was to give us any money or any funding, we would focus on those food groups: produce, dairy, and meat. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for your consideration tonight. The food bank needs you. God bless you.
That was 4 minutes exactly, Roy.
Wow.
I was looking forward to pointing my finger up, but you sat down too fast. Last but certainly not least is the Thompson Crisis Center, so let's welcome up Kristen Smoke.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kristen Smook, and I'm the Executive Director of the Thompson Crisis Center. I've been there for about 3 months now, so I'm a little bit new to the center, but I think I should be able to give you guys enough information to want to donate to us. So what does the Crisis Center do? The Thompson Crisis Center is a shelter for women and their children who are victims of family violence. Services are also provided to men who are victims of family violence, although shelter is provided outside of the actual crisis center building. So last year, I have some stats for you guys. The 24/7 toll-free crisis line received 1,538 calls. Transition housing and support was provided for 54 women and children. 4,887 emergency bed nights were provided by the 24/7 emergency shelter. Counseling support was provided to 181 women. On-site and off-site counseling to 121 children. Half days of school are provided on-site, and the School District of Mystery Lake provides us with a teacher, 0.5. We've also partnered with other service providers in the area, AFM, the NRHA, the mental health programs, the Y, Victim Services, Manitoba Housing. Pretty much anybody we can partner with, we do. So basically, what we're looking to use these funds for is bed bug free mattresses. Currently, we use just regular mattresses, and we have a hard time sanitizing them properly, making sure that we aren't getting bugs into the shelter. We've actually never had an infestation, but we want to keep it that way. It would provide better infection control because we are a boarding home and we do have people coming in and out. These new style of mattresses would allow us to better sanitize them. They're more like hospital mattresses. The mattresses that we have are very old. They're starting to fall apart. They definitely are not comfortable. So we've started replacing them. We've received $6,000 from the Thompson Community Foundation towards this project, but we need another $6,000 to finish the entire building. So that's why I'm here talking to you today. The Thompson Crisis Center does strive to provide safe, healthy, a welcoming environment to our clients. And what we're doing is we're trying to make the center look more like a home. So when you walk into the room, it's not painted institutional white. We've put colors in. We've put things on the walls, but when the women walk into these rooms, they see these old, ugly mattresses, and they're not very welcoming, so we want to change that. So I just wanted to leave you guys with one thought, and it's actually a quote from one of the women who lived in the shelter. It is in the Community Action Plan for Violence Against Women and Girls, and she said, what she said is, what helped you stabilize after you became a victim of domestic violence? She said, I would say here. It would be the crisis center, because they have invited me in, made me think about what I was going to do before I was unable to think. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't think straight. But since I got here, I had a clear thinking of mind, and I started phoning the cops, and I stated, taking those steps forward to recovery, and I'm still recovering. So the environment that people live in goes a long way to helping them recover, and that's why we want to change the mattresses. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for any of our presenters today?
I'm just curious, the line that was mentioned in Sherry's report from the Louis Foundation, was some of that funding, Cheryl, towards the kiosks that you're seeking funding for? Or is that for additional kiosks?
No, that funding was for something
Completely different?
completely different.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there any more questions?
I have a question. For the Salvation Army, like if you just want to make donations, where would we deliver food to?
Pardon?
If I wanted to make a donation to the food bank, where would I take that food to? Like where are you actually located? Other than, like I know the store, but I don't know where.
305 Thompson Drive is the address of the food bank,
Okay.
which is where the church is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and if people don't know that the store is now in the Westwood Mall, the Giant Tiger Mall, and there's a bin outside, so you don't have to go there for donations outside.
And by the way, the thrift store pays 10% of its income gives 10% of its income to the food bank.
Do you know the approximate cost monthly to maintain the food bank?
Never really looked at it that way. I look at it as individuals, and the average family is about $150 a month. And that's with an average 4 or 5 children.
Anybody else have any questions? Is it too quiet? Okay, so we're gonna let you guys have a few minutes here to take some time and vote. Help yourselves to a drink, and we'll be around to collect the ballots in a few minutes.
What do you want? You don't need that first. You know who it is.
Okay, you guys, it was really close again. Does anyone want to take a guess? Crisis Center is the one that won the vote. The Crisis Center was the one that got our vote. And it was down to what, 2? Was it 2, 3?
22 votes, 20
20.
votes.
Yeah, it was close, very close.
Okay, so, thank you guys for all coming and presenting, and remember, if you want them to come back the next meeting and present again, for a chance, don't forget to nominate. We didn't have very many nominations this time around, so remember to send them in. You guys don't have to wait till the last minute, like if you guys send us in nominations next week or 2 weeks from now, they'll still go in for the next round, but just remember you guys want to nominate people. So if you guys want, you guys can come up and make your checks or your e-transfers, or if you guys are wanting to go into one of the draws, you're gonna draw for.
This is for who brought a friend.
Okay,
Just
so
not
everybody
the
that brought a friend this time, our new member is just gonna draw.
Brenda Dwidek. She's not here. So we'll give her second choice since she's not here. Okay, that makes sense.
Take out your ticket.